What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday, March 13th, 2023. NFL free agency has officially began, and there's already a lot of this happened today. Reports are that Aaron Rodgers is going to be going to the Jets. I've seen reports that he's agreed to it, but the details haven't came out yet. We're still waiting for it to become 100% official, but it sounds like Rodgers going to the Jets. Jimmy Garoppolo to the Raiders.
What do you think about that pickup? I think that's a solid pickup for the.
Yeah,
But is that really a step up in Carr?
that's the only thing. To me, it's more. I don't know if it's a lateral.
There's two ways to look at it. For one thing, Garoppolo, I don't think hardly ever stayed healthy a whole season. Very rare. But on the other end, he's 40-17 as a starter. So if he's on the field, he wins.
Yeah, but a lot of that's been with San Francisco and, of course, a little bit with New England.
But on the other end, Carr's not hardly been injured. Yeah. That's one thing I like about Carr. He's played at a pretty good level, and he's been healthy.
The thing that still worries me at the Raiders is they have Josh McDaniels as their head coach.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I'm not big on McDaniels as the head coach either.
Hey, how's it going, Mickey? Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Pacers going to pick up another win tonight, hopefully?
I hope so. I'm going to take them tonight. That may be a bad thing. Maybe I shouldn't.
I'm taking them as well. So.
Hey, I did good last weekend on my picks, Friday and Saturday. I had Saturday at NHL. I went 8-1. Had a 2-1 in NBA. I was parlay. I was 3-0. Hit that parlay NHL and hit my college basketball parlay. I was 8-1. Had a good Friday and Saturday.
I was 3-3 on Friday. I didn't have nothing for Saturday. I was 0-3 in the NBA on Friday, but I was 3-0 in college basketball on Friday. All right, I was looking to see if information was going to come out, but it hasn't yet on Rodgers.
There's some people reporting Trey Wingo's reporting.
Yeah, Trey Wingo and then some guys from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin reported that it's a done deal. So I don't know.
Let's see. Glenn said he might end up in the NASCAR trucks and Xfinity garage this weekend. That dude is always getting something.
Right.
They said yes, pick the Pacers. Well, I look at it, Glenn. If Pacers lose to Detroit, they don't deserve to make. They don't deserve to make the play. If they mess around and lose to Detroit tonight.
Hey, Glenn, I don't know if you got a chance to check it out, but just real quick, off the regular sports topic, but if you get a chance, if you didn't see it, Saturday night, we was at a really good wrestling show. I think you would enjoy Wrestle Splash. It was at WTF Wrestling. Great main event. Brian Pillman Jr. and Apollo Star. Really good. There's some other good matches on the show too, but you might go back and check that out. Or any people out there, check it. If you haven't seen the show, go back and check it out. It was really good. Again, tuned in. Cool.
I knew he was on there for a little while. I didn't know how much of it he
Definitely seen why Brian Pillman is at the next level. He's very good. I think he should be used a little bit more than what he is on AEW compared to some of the people that we see on AEW.
Yeah, Glenn said a great show.
Yeah, it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. So let me ask you, Chris, do you think that all this stuff happened with Rodgers because of what they did a few years ago, getting that quarterback when they should have probably got him some weapons?
That's what started what started the separation. And a lot of people want to blame it on Rodgers. Oh, he's just a crybaby. Hey, I mean, it ain't like he's the only player that's wanted to go somewhere else or wanted their team to make the team better.
Look at all sports.
Yeah, wanted the team to make make the team better, and they didn't. He felt like they should went and got a receiver or something to help on the offensive side of the ball. Which, if you look, since he's been the quarterback, they've never used a first round pick on an offensive playmaker. So I can understand that. Now, does Rodgers do stuff that can make you frustrated? Yes, but 80% of the players in all the leagues do. I mean,
But the bottom line, he's backing up on the field with his play for the most part. I mean, you could say this year he had a down year, but most people would kill for his down year.
yeah. And you can say, oh, he's only got one Super Bowl, but how many top defenses has he had? Where if you look at the playoff games he lost, yeah, there's been a few the last couple years where he hasn't played real great on the offensive side of the ball. But how many playoff games did they lose, especially earlier in his career, where the offense will score 30 or more points and lose because defense couldn't stop? So
And also,
it's not all just on one player.
look how many great players didn't win a Super Bowl. How hard is it to win a Super Bowl? It's pretty damn hard. So I mean, I think we get carried away sometimes and judging people by how many Super Bowls they win because it's a team effort. Don't get me wrong. Look at the people talk about Brady and he's won all these Super Bowls, won different places. He deserves. I mean, I think he is the greatest quarterback of all time. But he also was on some pretty good teams too.
And if you look at it, going back to your point, how hard it is, one of the best quarterbacks. A lot of people think one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, and he never got a Super Bowl. Dan Marino.
I think he's top 5, and people are going to say he's not top 5 because he didn't win a Super Bowl. I think he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks of all time. That's just my opinion. I mean, don't get me right, but I mean, I think it's hard.
And
you
look
can
how
make
high,
an argument for it. Sure.
well, look how highly touted John Elway was as a player. Look how long it took him before he did end up getting 2, but how long did it take him to get them?
How about Brett Favre?
He only got 1. It is kind of crazy though that Rodgers could be going to the same place Favre after he left the Packers. Is he going to play a season with the Jets and go to Minnesota? I know Stat Guy would love that. He'd love get Rodgers in Minnesota.
Yeah. So I thought Stat Guy was going to have a stroke. David was pushing buttons. I thought Stat Guy was going to have a stroke.
Yeah, I thought Stat Guy was going to go off a little more than what he did there for a minute.
It was about ready.
I think it worked out good. Somebody changed the subject for a second and let him go off a little bit.
Yeah, he was about to lose it.
I agree with him. Well, and Pride says the same thing as Dustin and myself. Is why is everybody shit on Kirk Cousins for? He's
Solid quarterback.
He's been a good quarterback. He ain't the reason Minnesota was losing last year. Their fucking defense couldn't stop nobody. I was there. I mean,
And also, Damian thinks that the running back's going to be gone. Well, why does he think that?
I don't know. Which he could. I mean,
I don't think he's going to be gone this year.
yeah, I don't think he would be. He said, Ballard, they could have brought Rodgers on over to the Colts. I'd been all right with it. It could be no worse than the other old guys that we brought in.
Let me ask you, and Glenn, because you're anybody else out there too.
Actually, I think Rodgers has more left than any of the older guys.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys, Glenn especially, and Chris, because you guys are such big Colts fans, as I am. Anybody else out there can chime in too. What do you guys think? What about the Colts going after Baltimore quarterback? But you're gonna give up 2
player wise, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's what you're going to have to give up to get them. And it's not just the 2 draft picks. It's the contract. Are we going to turn around and give them a $260 million fully guaranteed contract? I don't like that. And it's not because I don't think Lamar Jackson's a good player. I think he's a good quarterback, and I think he can win. I think he can take you to a Super Bowl. But you pay him that kind of salary, it's going to be hard to put weapons around him.
But the thing of this, Chris, you might
as well.
And Baltimore might match it.
And being injured all the time with him being his injury issues, that's the other thing that scares me.
But why not say, hey, offer say, hey, talk to Jackson. Say, look, man, we're not gonna pay you a guarantee, but we'll pay you the $250. We'll guarantee you 180. Of course, Baltimore might match that.
Yeah. See, I don't know if he'll take that because I would think that Baltimore might offer him something like
Yeah,
that.
but he may not want to be in Baltimore anymore now after everything that's
Well,
happened.
That's the one thing where him not having an agent, I think, really hurts. Whoa, I don't know if I go that far.
I'm over what now?
He said that he's for anyone other than who we have now. He said he'll not even bring in Dak over what we have now.
Well, right now we really don't have a quarterback.
I'd rather go with Ellinger than bring in Dak.
Let me ask you this: what would you feel about going with Ellinger or Ryan or Foles this year and drafting Hooker? And Hooker being there, maybe playing some of this year and being there for that. But you're basically giving up this year. Unless you really. But let me ask you, do you think Ryan could win if we build up that offensive line and got him a weapon on the outside
I do.
with our defense?
I do. I mean, I kind of do. Just
I'm not saying we
because
win a Super Bowl, but
yeah,
could we get to the playoffs?
We could win games, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly, especially if they decide to go with Richardson, like some people are saying at 4. It kind of wouldn't surprise me if they don't keep Matt Ryan for this season, and kind of help develop Richardson develop some before you bring him in.
Honestly,
But my thing is, if you take a guy at 4, you might as well play him that first year. Go ahead and put him in there. I mean, what's the worst thing the worst thing that can happen is an injury. I understand that, but I mean,
let me ask you this:
well, look,
who would you rather have, Richardson or Hooker?
that's a tough one.
I'd rather have Hooker, but I know it's a downside because he's injured right now.
That's a tough one. Because Richardson, man, he has all the potential. Just that completion percentage being so low scares me a little bit. But Josh Allen had a low completion percentage coming out of college as well. So, I mean, and if you take Levis, you know, I mean, either one of them guys, if you take at 4, are they going to be? That's my thing. If you take them guys at 4, are you going to feel comfortable putting them out there to start? If not, to me, move back a little bit and get a guy and start Ryan, Ellinger, whoever you want to start. But if I mean, look, we started Peyton Manning as a rookie. Did he do well? No. He led the league in interceptions. But what did he do the next year?
Would it be reaching too much if you move back a little bit? Maybe try to get Hooker later in the first round or the second round. Maybe take a wide receiver. We need help at wide receiver position, I believe. I don't know. Is there a wide receiver that you think is worthy of being a top 10, top 15 pick?
Yeah, you got that.
USC's got a good one, don't they?
Yeah, you got a guy from USC. Also, the Ohio State guy, I think, is real well. I know he had some injury issues last year. That's the only thing that worries me about him, it's just because he had trouble staying healthy last year for Ohio State. But he's real talented as well.
Well, the rumor I did see some rumors that one of our offensive linemen is up on the trade block. Kelly.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw that.
Kelly, and then there was another player's on the trade block. I can't remember who the other player was now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they decide to go with it. Let's go ahead and jump into the NBA. Really, about tonight, NBA, I don't know, you got some hockey?
Yeah, that's hockey.
Because college basketball isn't done until tomorrow.
Yeah, there's only 3 hockey games tonight.
We'll talk about the first 4 games. We got 2 NCAA games tomorrow, 2 on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday is when the regular first round tournament games start. So we'll get more into that and more into the college basketball tomorrow. On picks. We'll later tonight on GSR we'll talk some about the bracket and all that stuff. But picks wise, we'll get more into that tomorrow since that's when we do get some games. All right, first game tonight. In the NBA, Indiana Pacers at the Detroit Pistons. The Pacers are 3.5-point favorites on the road, minus 158 on the money line. Pistons are plus 134 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 226. Pacers are 31-37 on the season. They are 3-2 over the last 5. They lead the season series 2-0 against the Pistons. They just beat the Pistons over the weekend with having a lot of their main players out. So they have another game tonight against the Pistons. Pistons are 15-53 on the season, 0-5 over the last 5. I like the Pacers here at the -3.5. Pacers are the better team. They're playing better basketball right now than what the Pistons have been playing. Pacers are 37-31 ATS on the season, and the Pistons are 29-36-3 against the spread on the season. So Pacers have covered the spread pretty well, over 500, or over 50% of the time, I should say. Next game, the Memphis Grizzlies at the Dallas Mavericks. Excuse me. Memphis is a 1.5-point favorite. They are -118 on the money line. The Mavericks are even money on the money line. Over-unders at 224.5. The Grizzlies are 40-26 on the season. They are 31-33 against the spread on the season. 2-3 over their last 5 games. The Mavericks are 34-34 on the season. 24-41 ATS. 2-3 over their last 5. The season series between these two games are tied 1-1. Ja Morant will still be out for the Grizzlies. I like the Mavericks here at home at the +1.5. Grizzlies have a lot of stuff going on with the Ja Morant stuff. Haven't been playing real great. The Mavs will look up, look down. I think they're still trying to figure out what they have with Kyrie and Luka together. I think their biggest problem is defense. They're not very good defensively. The Mavs aren't, but I think the Mavs pull out the win at home tonight against the Grizzlies. Next game, the Utah Jazz at the Miami Heat. Miami's an 8.5-point favorite, -370 on the money line. The Jazz are +295 on the money line. Over-unders at 226. Jazz are 33-35 on the season. 2-3 over their last 5. The Heat are 36-33 on the season. 3-2 over their last 5. The Heat do lead the season series 1-0 against the Jazz. I like the Heat to win this game. I think 8.5 points is too many points, though. So this isn't a game I'm giving out as one of my best picks. But I do favor the Heat in the game. Next game is the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 5.5-point favorites, -220 on the money line. Timberwolves are +184 on the money line. Over-unders at 244.5. Both these teams are 34-34 on the season. Timberwolves are 3-2 over their last 5. The Hawks are 2-3 over their last 5. I like Atlanta here at home at the -5.5. And that's actually changed. It was at 5. But I'll stay with it at 5.5. And then next game, the Boston Celtics at the Houston Rockets. The Celtics are 12.5-point favorites on the road, -850 on the money line. The Rockets are +550 or 590 on the money line, excuse me. Over and unders at 231.5. Celtics are 47-21 on the season. 2-3 over the last 5. They lead the season series versus the Rockets 1-0. Rockets are 15-52 on the season. 2-3 over their last 5. I like the Celtics to win this game, but they're going to be missing Robert Williams. I forget who else. It wasn't Brown or Tatum, but another or Smart, but another player. I think the Celtics win. The 12.5 is a little too many points. Then you have the Phoenix Suns at the Golden State Warriors. Warriors are 4.5-point favorites at home, -188 on the money line. Suns are +158 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 236. The Suns are 37-30 on the season. 36-29 against the spread. 4-1 over their last 5. Warriors are 35-33 on the season. 2-3 over their last 5. Warriors are a real tough team at home. But the Suns do lead the season series versus the Warriors 3-0. I like the Warriors in this game, but it's not a game I'm giving out as my best pick. And then last game of the night in NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks at the Sacramento Kings. You have one of the best teams in the East against one of the best teams in the West. The Bucks are 2-point favorites on the road, -126 on the money line. Sacramento is +108 on the money line. Over-unders at 244.5. Bucks are 48-19 on the season, 3-2 over their last 5. Kings are 40-26 on the season, 4-1 over their last 5.
You said 244?
Yes,
Damn.
244.5. And the Bucks lead the season series 1-0. I like the Bucks here at the -2 in this game. My picks for tonight in the NBA that I'm gonna give out: Pacers at the -3.5, Hawks -5.5, Mavericks +1.5, and the Milwaukee Bucks -2. That's gonna be my picks for tonight.
Okay. My NBA parlay for tonight. I'm gonna take the Indiana Pacers -3.5 at the Pistons. I'll take the Memphis and Dallas game over 224.5, and I'll take Milwaukee and Sacramento under the 244.5. That's my parlay. And then my NHL parlay for tonight, I got Buffalo at Toronto. I'll take Toronto money line. I got Colorado Avalanche money line win at the Montreal Canadiens, and then I'll take the Dallas Stars money line win at the Seattle Kraken. That's my parlay for the NHL tonight.
All right, NBA is all I have picks for tonight because, like I said, there's no college basketball, and the way the World Baseball Classic is going, all they had was money line picks earlier when I was looking. They didn't have the spreads up, and the money lines were so high that I didn't really like any of them.
I'll ask you a question.
See if they have any spreads. They still don't. Like tonight, you have Canada against United States. United States is a -550 favorite.
What do you think of the Garoppolo deal? 3 years, $67 million, 34 guaranteed.
I don't think it's a bad deal. You got $34 million guaranteed. I would say they probably got most of that money front loaded. That way, if it doesn't work out, they'll be able to move on from them pretty easy without a big cap hit. I mean, if you look what other quarterbacks was getting, that's not bad. It's not a bad deal.
Something that was
interesting. That's what 22 and a half a year.
Yeah, so, something was interesting to me because some people always said Garoppolo's arm was the strongest, but since 2017, he was number 1 in the NFL on pass per play at almost 9 yards per play. So he was almost number 1. He was number 1 at almost, I think, 8.9 per play. So I mean that surprised me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's another one of them guys I think gets hated on more than what he should. To me, the biggest question with him is just staying healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
When he's on the field, he wins games. You can say he's not accurate enough. You can say this and that. When he's on the field, he's proven that he wins games. What do you say, 46-19 or something like that as a starter?
I thought it was 40-something and 17. I forget. It may have been 46, may have been 44, but it was maybe been 40, but it was 40-something and 17.
So I mean, he's proven that he can win games in the NFL. So, like I said, my biggest thing about that is. I know he has a relationship with Josh McDaniels from his days in New England, but that was the McDaniels as the offensive coordinator, not as the head coach.
Does San Francisco sign a veteran quarterback now? Be a backup? Because I mean, I don't know if the other quarterback that did so well this year, the rookie that came in and played so well, if he's going to be healthy.
They think he will be healthy. I think they're going to sign one just because even if he's healthy, you need somebody. Yeah, you have Trey Lance there, but do you really is that who you're going to depend on? I think they end up making a move for a backup, but I don't think it's going to be a guy like they're going to pay a lot of money. I know one of the rumors had been Matt Ryan. I can see maybe something like that, or trying to think another like a veteran that might be out there. I mean, you could always go with Carson Wentz. You probably get him cheap as a backup, and you put him with the weapons that they have, and with Shanahan. I mean, I think he'd be a solid backup for you.
Tell you what, I like the moves that the Broncos did. They signed 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
They're going to shore up that offensive line. And that's one thing that, I mean, I know he didn't play well last year.
And the 49ers made some good moves today, getting that defensive player from, I can't think of his name now, but from the Eagles.
Yeah, got good defense. But what'd you think about Kansas City? I would assume they're going to let.
Yeah, they're going to let Brown's going to probably go now because they signed that other offensive line.
What do you think about that?
I think it was a smart move just because they didn't want to give Brown. They didn't want Brown's a little bit older and they didn't want to give him that kind of money. And I think they were able to get this guy a little bit cheaper than what they were going to get Brown. He's solid. I think Brown's going to end up with the Bears.
That's what I've heard. I heard they're going to go in on them.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to go or Browns. Or I think Orlando Brown Jr. is going to go to the Bears. And then did you see that Cleveland Browns did restructure Deshaun Watson's contract, saved like $30 million or something on the salary cap? I don't know exactly what they done to restructure. I ain't seen details, but they did.
I think people are going to be shocked. I think Denver is going to be a lot better team this year because for one reason, the coach they got, and I think the quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to come back and be MVP, but I think you're going to see a lot better quarterback this year. I think he's got too much talent.
I don't know. That's the thing that worries me is the quarterback. I like the coach they hired, and they got a pretty solid defense, and they're addressing the offensive line. But is Russell Wilson going to play like Russell Wilson? Is he going to get out of the pocket, use his legs when he needs to? That's something he didn't do this year. He didn't. Some people say it was the system and it was the coach. I understand that to a point, but at some point you're the one on the field, and when you see it's not working, you do what you got to do to make it work.
I think the coach will make sure that happens. I think he'll be a different quarterback. I think he may have been
because
from rumors that he was thought he was a prima donna and had all this special privilege. I heard that shit's already gone.
Because if Russell Wilson is just going to try to stand back there and be a pocket passer, he's not going to be Russell Wilson. He's going to look a lot like he did last year. That's not his game. For one, you're a shorter quarterback, so when you get out of the pocket, you can see better. And for two, when he was in Seattle, what was he known for? Using his getting out of the pocket, being able to scramble and make plays. And he didn't do that last year at all. I don't know if it's because he's getting older, he don't want to take those hits, or if it was all hacking. I think it was more of a combination of both.
Yeah.
I do think he'll look better this year, but that's what the one thing that does concern me about the Broncos is what's Russell Wilson going to look like? Is he going to look like the Russ that we've seen use his legs and make plays, or is he going to just stand back there and try to be? And I just don't think he's going to have a lot of success just trying to be a pocket passer. That's just not who he is, for one, or who he hasn't been throughout his career, I should say. And for two, if you look, most shorter quarterbacks can't just stand back there in the pocket and throw. You got to roll them out a little bit, get them out of the pocket a little bit, or get them in some space where they can see down the field more. Now, did you see where Baker Mayfield is visiting with the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Really?
So they might be bringing him in. I guess that could be a better option than what they have right now. Right now, you have Kyle Trask, who I don't think a lot of people coming out of college thought he was going to be. But nobody thought Brady was going to be anything coming out of college. Nobody thought Brock Purdy would be able to play as good as he did in the NFL. I know you can say it was a small sample size, but
who do you think the Panthers are going to draft?
I think they're going to go with Stroud. I think Panthers going to take Stroud and Texans going to take Bryce Young. And then at 4 or at 3, I could see probably that Carter getting picked because I don't see them taking a quarterback.
Forget who 3 is.
And then who is 3? I can't remember who 3 is either. And then I think at 4, the Colts. I'm going to say either they're going to go. I think they're going to go with either Levis or Richardson.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Colts move back. Say there's somebody at the 7th, 8th, or even 9th pick that wants somebody up there that they can't. I'm not even saying a quarterback, but want another player.
So you have the Bears at the 9th. So they're not. I don't think they want a quarterback.
No, but what if they want to move back up and get somebody like that real good defensive player?
No, I'm
not saying it could be. I'm not saying necessarily the Bears. It could be the Bears.
No, I was just thinking of. I was trying to think of who had those picks 7, 8, 9. I can't think of 7 and 8. I just knew that 9 was. And 3 is Arizona Cardinals.
I don't think they're.
And I don't think they're going to take quarterback. So I'd look for them to take that Carter.
So you're saying the Colts probably going to be Levis or Richardson unless they move back.
That's what I think.
Well, what I'm saying is you might be able to get Levis or Richardson at the 7th pick or the 8th pick and move back and pick up another pick.
Yeah, you probably could. You just. If I thought Chris Ballard was just doing the draft, I would say that they would probably move back, just because of how he is. But I think Jim Irsay is going to have a lot to do with it, and hopefully they're listening to the coach too. Hopefully Steichen's having a pretty good say in it, which I would assume. But
which one do you think Steichen would rather have? I mean, I know you don't know, and I don't know either. Do you think he'd rather have Richardson, or do you think he'd rather have Levis? Between them two, and maybe throw Hooker in there.
I don't think it matters a whole lot. I don't think it mattered too much to him. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people are going to say that he would rather have Richardson because of Hurts, what he was able to do with Hurts, and you can put their skill sets kind of together. I think Richardson might have a stronger arm than Hurts, and might be even a little more athletic. But you also have to remember, Steichen was with Justin Herbert, who's Herbert's rookie year when he had 30-something touchdown passes the first couple of years there. He was also with Phillip Rivers back in the day there in San Diego. So he's worked with quarterbacks that are more of your kind of pocket passers than just being an athlete. So he's worked with both and has had success with both. So that's why I don't. So to hint, I think it's going to come down to just like who he thinks, like on tape, who he sees.
I did say
as best, but you know what I mean.
I know he wants to be a run team first.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, well, what was the Eagles?
Well, run team first.
Yeah.
So, but if he's a run team first, does that suit Richardson more than Levis, or does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes too much of a difference as long as Jonathan Taylor's healthy. Where Richardson would help you is he would be a bigger threat that he could run the ball as well than what Levis would.
Let me ask you this:
or Levis would be.
Run team first. Does it make a difference if you have Matt Ryan back there? The fact that he's not mobile hurts you.
I think that's the biggest thing with Ryan. He's just not mobile. Now, if you fix the offensive line good enough, I don't think it would be as big a deal. But if you need a guy that needs to be able to move around a little bit because the offensive line's like they were last year, then yeah. Oh, Jalen Ramsey went to the Dolphins. I helps Dolphins defense because now they do have two good corners now with Xavier Howard, and then you put him on the other side. But did you see what they did? The Dolphins?
Yeah.
They went and signed Mike White from the Jets.
Insurance policy. I mean, and
I don't blame them. I think they're going to move on from Bridgewater. I don't think they thought
Well, don't you think that makes you think that with them letting White Go, they had to be confident that they was going to get Brett Favre. I mean, not Brett Favre, excuse me.
I'm
Brett
bringing
Favre.
back Favre.
I mean-
Oh, shit.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
It wouldn't surprise me, though. Favre probably needs to make up some of that money.
To get Aaron
Better watch
Rodgers.
what I say. I might get sued.
Yeah. Hey, what's he going to get?
Yeah, what's he gonna sue me for?
Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, I guarantee you, because you guys, they were saying that he's gonna baker up his lawyer said he's gonna baker up McAfee. I guarantee you would have no problem baker up to me.
Getting Aaron Rodgers.
From the Damien, from the reports, obviously reports I'm hearing, yes, but no details have came out of it. But it hasn't been reported by Schefter or Rappaport or anybody like that.
ESPN hasn't reported it yet. But Trey Wingo, pretty respected guy,
Yeah. But Schefter
is reporting that the trade is done. So I don't know.
And Schefter on here before we started the show, he basically said that he kind of said that it was done, but he said it isn't. He basically said nothing's confirmed, so he's not releasing it. He's not releasing anything or confirming it yet. Wasn't he? He was on his phone a lot, but now he's not on here no more right now. So we'll wait and see. But from what reports stuff I've been reading, they're saying it is, but I don't know if they're just waiting.
Waiting for official word.
I don't know what if they're waiting to make sure everything's finalized or what, but it sounds like it's. I'd like to know what they gave up. I know Dustin said he heard they gave up 4. I think he said 4 picks. I think that's what he was saying when I was getting off the afternoon show. I was getting off as he was talking about it. But I think he said 4 picks. But it'll be interesting to see. But before we get out here, my picks for tonight: Pacers -3.5, Hawks -5.5, Mavericks +1.5, and Warriors -2. I was 3-3 on Friday. My picks are 154 and 131 on the year. Like Dad mentioned earlier, if you missed our Wrestling Theology Fellowship (WTF) Wrestle Splash this weekend. Go check it out on our YouTube page. Main event featured Brian Pillman Jr. against Apollo Star. You also had a great women's match with Ari Alexander and Holly Hood Haley J, both of which have been on OVW. I know Holly Hood Haley J's been on AEW. I don't know. I can't remember about Ari, but I think she has too. I think they both been on AEW Dark. Then you also had the Daptown Nightmare Jawan Thomas against the World Star Paragon, and that was a real good match. So it was a real good card. You can also go check it out. Watching the match between Chuckles and Tony Dynamite. If you want to see what Jay McLovin would look like in a wrestling ring.
No, definitely.
Yeah, when you watch it, you'll get what we're talking about because that makes the comparison live on air. So you'll get what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you want to see Jay McLovin in a wrestling ring, go check out the Chuckles match on our YouTube page. Actually, probably the night at 11 because Jay usually comes on the show on Mondays. Because I'm working on making the clips. I'll probably have a clip of it that I'll play tonight.
Show Jay. So Jay can kill me.
So if you don't get a chance to go watch it, we'll play it tonight. But then this Saturday we'll be at Shelbyville, Indiana for New Era. I don't know why I was spacing the town. But Shelbyville, Indiana, doors open at 6, bell time's at 7. They got I don't know the card, but just the competitors are going to be there. You got Braden Lee, who's been on AEW Dark. Impact. You also have Jordan Dye, who, if you watched Summit Pro coverage a couple weeks ago, you've seen him. Justin Myers, the president, Jeremy Hadley.
Oh, yeah, one of the best in the Midwest.
And then I'm not sure who all else is going to be there, but I'm sure they always have a great card. Hillbilly Jed's usually there. Damian Michael Cole, that we had on a few weeks ago on an interview, is usually in action. So that's going to be a great card. And then the 24th and 25th. 24th, you got the Indiana Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame here in Muncie, Indiana, and then you have DCCW's 50th year anniversary show on the 25th, also here in Muncie. And I don't know the whole card or nothing for that yet, but DCCW always puts together a great card, so I don't expect nothing less for the 25th.
And we'll be there live for the Hall of Fame for that ceremony and everything that's going on with that. We'll be there for the show, and then we've got a show the next day after that.
The 26th Warrior Pro Wrestling, so that's going to be a busy weekend. On the 25th, not 100% sure if we'll be live yet or not, because of internet issues at that building. They're trying to get it taken care of. If they get it taken care of, we'll be live. If not, we'll record it and we'll probably air it. I don't know. We'll let you guys know when we're going to air it. It'll be
Monday or Tuesday after that.
because Mondays are so busy. So I don't know. It'll be, but we'll get that figured out on that end. But we appreciate everybody joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3:15 or so, somewhere around there with Easy Money, a sports betting show.
That's some interviews this week too.
Yes. Wednesday we have a pro wrestler. Let's see, Wednesday at 6:30, pro wrestler Tommy Gage. Been in the business a long time. Actually getting ready to wrestle. What he's saying is going to be his last match.
Yep.
At the show on the 25th.
Yep.
DCCW, and then on Thursday at 6:30, we're going to have the number one overall pick, Blake Money Wright, going to be making his return back to GWR on Thursday, and then I'm going to work today to get some other ones, start getting more scheduled for next week and stuff. But we do have 2 scheduled this week. But then, like I said, Saturday we'll be at a wrestling show. But no, thanks for joining us. Don't forget tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays Network. Hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.